Okay, get this. We've got our hands on a leaked document,
Oh,
and it's big news for the Australian student visa system. Big changes coming. So,
changes.
yeah, if you're following all this, buckle up because this deep dive is going to be pretty important for you. We're talking about
The SSVF.
yes, the Australian Simplified Student Visa Framework, the SSVF.
Yeah, and more specifically, the evidence levels are going to be updated on November 20th. And this is how they assess the risk associated with applicants based on their country and the school they're applying to.
So basically a trust score for different countries and
Yeah.
schools. A higher evidence level means less risk,
Right.
maybe an easier process for students. But get this, only some sectors are facing downgrades, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah, that's
interesting to say the least.
Yeah, it seems like the Department of Home Affairs, they've been looking at the numbers from October 2023 to September 2024, and they think some things need to change. It's all about welcoming students, but
Yeah.
also keeping the visa system genuine.
Right. Okay. So the document mentions there was a 28% decrease in applications compared to 2018-19. That's 99,868 applications this year compared to 112,605 back then. So should we be worried?
Well,
Is it a bad sign?
I wouldn't say worried, but it is
Yeah.
definitely worth looking into. I mean, the world has changed since then. A lot of other countries are trying to get international students, and student preferences have also changed. But the document also says that applications are better quality in certain markets. So maybe these stricter rules are getting rid of some of the less genuine applications. So it's not all about the numbers, it's about the quality too.
Yeah. That's why I love these deep dives, always finding
Agreed.
the details you wouldn't see otherwise. So this drop in applications, it might not be a bad thing. Maybe it means the system is more
Robust.
yeah, robust, more genuine. But wait, there's another thing. The document talks about visa refusal rates. Refusals are going down offshore, but they're going up onshore. What's going on there?
Well, it's probably because of when these new stricter rules happened, like the genuine student test. It's pretty strict. It really looks at why someone wants to study in Australia and if they're really committed. So a lot of these onshore refusals are probably from older applications before this new test, but they're just now being finalized.
Ah, so it's like we're still seeing the effects of the
old system.
yeah, the old system. Interesting. So we've got fewer applications, potentially higher quality applications in some places, and this weird time warp thing with the refusal rate. Oh, and then there's the big one. Some education sectors are exempt from these potential downgrades.
Yeah, that's right.
The higher education schools and public VE providers.
Yeah, they're all exempt.
This is big.
It is, and it's definitely something we need to analyze carefully.
Yeah, why are they getting a free pass
Right.
when everyone else is facing more scrutiny?
Yeah.
What makes them so special to the department?
Well, it could be a few things. Historically, they've had pretty good outcomes with student visas. They're seen as lower risk.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're well-known and the types of programs they offer.
That's like big universities,
Yeah.
fancy schools, that kind of thing. But let's be real, there's also the politics of it all.
Yeah.
Keeping those big institutions happy, that probably helps the government, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a chance that politics are involved. These institutions are important for Australia's image and the economy, for whatever the reason. This really puts pressure on the other types of schools.
Exactly. Like if they're the golden children, what does that mean for private VET and ELICOS providers?
Yeah.
They must be feeling the heat.
Oh, they definitely are. They're going to have to work harder. To prove they're committed to genuine students, the document actually says they need high-quality, decision-ready applications. So they're really pushing for providers to focus on recruiting genuine students. It's like they're saying, we're watching you and we expect better.
Wow, that's pretty serious. It sounds like they're saying everyone needs to take responsibility. Not just the government.
Yeah.
Everyone involved, especially the schools.
Exactly. Everyone needs to work together.
Right.
If we want to keep a good reputation for Australian international education, we can't take that for granted.
Right. I mean, it's a huge industry, billions of dollars. Important for jobs, important for how Australia is seen in the world. But like you said, reputation is fragile. If people think the system is being abused or that students aren't really here to study, that could be bad.
It can be very bad.
So this whole genuine student idea, that's really important.
Yeah.
It's not just about checking boxes.
Yeah.
It's about making sure students are coming here to learn,
Exactly.
not for other reasons. Okay, so what does that actually mean? What does the Australian government think a genuine student is? And how can schools be sure they're getting those students? That seems pretty difficult to figure out.
Yeah. It's complicated. This genuine student test looks at a lot of different things, like their grades, their reason for choosing Australia, why they chose a specific course, can they afford it, their English level. It's like they're trying to understand the student's real intentions.
So it's not just about being smart or having money. It's about showing that you really want to learn
Yeah.
and that you understand what it means to study here. Sounds like the schools have a tough job.
They do, and there's no easy answer. But this is where good recruiting becomes so important. It's not just about filling seats anymore. It's about finding students who are a good fit and who really want to learn. So you need to be honest about the visa rules, look closely at the applications, and help students succeed once they're here.
So it's a whole new way of thinking about recruitment.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting them here. It's about building a relationship with them
Exactly.
and helping them
Right.
from the moment they apply
That first moment.
all the way through graduation and even after.
Exactly. It's about the whole experience.
It's not just about following the rules.
Right.
It's about making sure everyone has a good experience.
Exactly. When students do well, everyone wins. The students, the schools, and Australia.
This focus on quality and genuine students, it's not just a challenge.
Right.
It's a chance to make things better
Absolutely.
and show that Australia is a leader in international education.
Exactly.
So it's not just about following the rules.
Right.
It's about making sure everyone has a good experience.
Exactly. When students do well, everyone wins, the schools and Australia.
This focus on quality and genuine students, it's not just a challenge.
Right.
It's a chance to make things better
Absolutely.
and show that Australia is a leader in international education.
Exactly.
Wow. This has been quite the deep dive. Leaked documents, shifting application trends, this whole genuine student test, we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we have.
And it all seems to be pointing to a pretty big shift in how Australia thinks about international education.
It is. And I think
Yeah.
what's interesting is this is happening all over the world, not just Australia.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about how many students you can get. It's
Mhm.
about quality and making sure the students are genuine.
Right. It's not just about filling up classrooms. It's about finding students who want to learn, students who are a good fit for the programs, and who will make Australian education even better.
Exactly. And this change,
Yeah.
it affects the schools, but it also affects the students.
Oh, how so?
They need to be ready to meet these higher expectations. They need to show they really want to study and be active in their learning.
So it's like both sides have to step up.
Yeah.
Schools need to be better at recruiting and supporting students, and students need to be ready to work hard and take advantage of the opportunities.
Exactly. It's a team effort.
To make sure Australian international education stays strong and reputable.
Absolutely.
So for our listeners out there who are all involved in this world, what's the one big thing I should take away from this deep dive?
I think the main thing is that things are changing and everyone needs to adapt.
Adapt.
Yeah, this evidence level update, even with the exemptions,
Sure.
it means more scrutiny and more accountability.
Okay.
Providers need to improve how they recruit students
Yeah.
and make sure they're getting genuine students.
Mhm.
And students need to be ready to meet these higher standards and show that they're really committed to their studies.
There's a wake-up call for everyone.
Yeah.
Time to raise the bar
Exactly.
and make sure Australian international education stays strong.
In the long run.
And that brings us to a final question for our listeners to think about. What will the future of Australian international education look like?
Mm.
How will Australia stay competitive in a global market that's constantly changing?
It's a good question.
It's something to think about as we enter this new era. It is something to think about as we enter this new era.
Yeah, a lot to think about.
Well, this has been a real eye-opener. Thanks for breaking it all down.
No problem. It's been a
Hey.
good discussion.
Definitely. And I think our listeners, they're going to have a lot to chew on after this. So to everyone listening, stay informed, stay engaged, and
And stay genuine.
yeah, stay genuine. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of international education. Until then.
Take care.